About our lives, but without our voice, sidelined Ukrainians look on. Left uninvited to key talks, many Ukrainians look on with a mix of fatigue and mistrust. As international discussions about Ukraine's future unfold, many Ukrainians feel increasingly sidelined, their voices absent from negotiations that directly shape their lives. With key talks often held behind closed doors and dominated by global powers, a growing sense of fatigue and mistrust permeates the nation, as citizens grapple with the reality of decisions being made without their input. The ongoing war, now stretching into its fourth year, has left Ukraine's population weary. While the country remains resilient, the exclusion from critical diplomatic processes has deepened frustrations. These talks are about our lives, our homes, our future, but we have no voice, said Olena Mikhailenko, a school teacher from Kyiv. It feels like we're spectators in our own story. Recent high-level meetings, such as those involving Western allies and Russian representatives, have focused on ceasefires, territorial disputes, and post-war reconstruction. Yet Ukrainian civil society groups and local leaders report being left out of these discussions. The people who live through the consequences of these decisions are rarely consulted, said Andrei Kovalenko, a Lviv-based activist. We hear outcomes after the fact, through news or foreign statements. This sense of exclusion is compounded by a perception that international actors prioritize their own strategic interests over Ukraine's needs. For instance, talks on energy security and economic aid often focus on global markets rather than the immediate needs of Ukrainian communities facing power outages and economic hardship. We need solutions that work for us, not just for the global stage, Kovalenko added. Mistrust is also fueled by inconsistent messaging from international partners. Promises of support, whether military, financial, or humanitarian, have sometimes fallen short, leaving Ukrainians skeptical of grandiose commitments. We've heard so many pledges, but the reality on the ground is different, said Mikhailenko. It's hard to trust when you see the gaps between words and actions. Despite this, some Ukrainians remain cautiously optimistic, pointing to grassroots efforts and local initiatives as a way to reclaim agency. Community organizations have stepped up to provide aid, rebuild infrastructure, and advocate for inclusion in peace processes. If the world won't give us a seat at the table, we'll build our own, said Natalia Horok, a volunteer coordinator in Kharkiv. As the war grinds on, the call for Ukrainian voices to be heard grows louder. For many, inclusion in decision-making is not just a matter of fairness, but a necessity for sustainable peace. No one understands our pain and our hopes better than we do, said Kovalenko. If you want a future that lasts, you have to let us help shape it.